Hello.
Oh, yes. Hello, Miss Angela.
Hello, Teacher Lester.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit late because I needed to restart my computer.
It's okay, no
Yeah.
worries.
Okay, because the recording isn't working that well. Okay, but it's fine now. How are you?
Yeah, good. Just quite usual, quite as busy as before.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
You?
I'm fine. I'm still full
Okay.
because I came from my uncle's house just about 7 houses away here.
Oh, it's
Um,
very close.
Yeah,
Close.
it's my cousin's birthday. So me and my wife and my mom went there,
Oh,
and then after eating, um, my wife had to have class, so I need to go back home and then go back there again to pick up my mom or stay a little
oh,
while waiting for my classes.
oh, okay. So
Yes.
your wife is she's also English tutor?
Yep. We're just both working at home, but she's been working in a different company.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes.
nice.
Yep. Yeah, and how about your holiday? Your Labor Day? Anything special?
Yeah, my parents and I, we went back to my grandma's house because this week is going to be Mother's Day, right?
Yep.
So we celebrated with my grandma, and
Oh,
the
great.
other day,
In advanced.
yeah, in advance because
Okay.
my grandma, she has a lot of plans, so she's busy as well.
Okay. So you took time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other day, my parents and I, we went to temple, like just as before, like I mentioned, Chinese or Taiwanese people prefer go to temple like maybe 2 or 3 weeks a time, right? Once, once in 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Uh, how to say that? It's just like we visit temple regularly, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then we will when go there once.
Okay, one more time.
My parents and I, we visited temple in this during this holiday.
Okay,
And
yes.
as I mentioned before, Chinese or Taiwanese people prefer visiting temples
Yes.
uh,
On holidays.
on holidays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, all right. Okay. How about what's about once in a week like that?
Yeah. I just wondering that how can I express that people visit temples maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then they will visit there one time.
You can
So,
say they visit once in a while.
oh, they visit, yeah, Chinese or Taiwanese people prefer visiting temples once in a while.
Yes, so that could mean, let's say, whenever there are holidays only, or they prefer certain months, and so on. So you can say once in a while.
Once in a while. Okay.
Yes. Or you could also say they prefer visiting temples on holidays only, like that,
Oh,
to
okay.
be specific.
Yeah.
All right. Or
Oh,
they prefer visiting temples on the month of June or the month of winter, like that. So depending.
but what about like they visit temples regularly? Um, can I say that? Like,
Regularly, like every weekend.
maybe 2 weeks, then they will visit one time. Not every weekend, but
Once in
just
2 weeks, you can say.
yeah, once in 2 weeks. Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. Or that's almost also the same as once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could mean once in 3 months, twice in 4 months, like that. So
Yeah.
not really quite long time that they visit again. So you can say once in a while or once in 2 weeks to be specific.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So ready?
Yeah, ready.
Lesson 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
The
reading exercise.
questions.
Yeah, question. Yeah.
Okay, so first one.
What reaction was considered natural but unnecessary when doing speeches? Actually, I don't really understand this question means, but I make my sentence below.
Okay.
Is we use our arms to protect ourselves unconsciously? I'm not so sure.
Okay. What do you mean protect ourselves unconsciously? What do you mean by that? Because
I
it
just
has a lot to
refer
say. Yes.
I just refer to the previous paragraph because uh because actually I don't really understand the question means here.
Okay.
Um
Well, this to answer this um a little, it's like too much movement. It's natural, but if you do it too often or too much, it becomes unnecessary because like what we talked about last time,
yeah.
they feel irritated or uncomfortable or what do you call this one? Interrupted because
Yeah.
they see more of your movement but not to understand your speech. So that's one example
Oh, okay.
that was considered or can be considered as natural but unnecessary sometimes when it's too
Oh,
much. Okay.
yeah. So the answer would be too much movements during the speeches, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Or too much.
Yeah. Too much.
Yep. Too much movement.
Okay.
Okay. Number two.
What are the two effects of gestures? Gestures can help us to enhance the words and ideas that we are trying to convey. And also, gestures can present as a nonverbal presentation of how we feel.
Yes, exactly. That's very true. Okay, good job. By the way, going back to number one,
Yeah.
something that could be considered as well, which is natural, is using visual aids, right?
Oh, yeah.
But then again, it becomes unnecessary if it's too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, all right.
Visual
Yeah, visual
aids.
aids, because it was mentioned in the article, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Number three. Oh, I like your answer on number two. That's good.
Okay. What distractive gestures are mentioned here in this article? So I listed in 5 points. The
Yes.
first one would be hands on hips and crossed arms, head, hands crossed in front, hands joined behind your back, and hands in pockets.
Okay. Which of these you tend to unconsciously or unknowingly do while you're doing a speech or hosting or presentation?
Uh,
Like me, I sometimes unknowingly put my hands joined behind my back or hands on hips or hands. No, no, not hands on hips. Sorry. In pocket. That's what I
uh,
tend to do unknowingly sometimes.
yeah.
So how about
I
you?
think maybe I cross arms
Oh, okay.
and sometimes maybe hands joined behind my back as well,
Yeah.
but unconsciously actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It's because we're too much focusing on what we are saying, and
Yeah,
then unconsciously we're doing it because we are feeling like a little comfortable.
yeah. And
Okay.
maybe sometimes we just focus on listening to the audience what they are questioning. So just unconsciously to do this kind of gestures.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Yes. Beside from hosting, uh, doing a presentation, what other circumstances or what other scenarios you could have you could do this? For example, crossed arms. Well, I do this when I have been waiting for quite long, let's say an hour or half an hour while standing waiting. I'm gonna usually cross arms.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, I am not allowed to use uh like hands on hips because sometimes our team is just directly presenting our proposal to our general
So
manager.
you should be formal,
Yeah, and
right?
even like maybe he is a little bit late, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, we cannot be able to show our how to say that our anxious or impolite gestures, just
Okay.
like we to be very formal and very politeable.
Yeah, you shouldn't show your opposite feeling.
Yeah, opposite feeling is not allowed to do during
Yes.
kind of cases.
That's the hardest thing because you
Yeah,
don't feel smiling, but you're smiling.
yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Yes. All right. I hate that. Number four.
What do you think about the person who put his hands in his pockets during a speech? In my opinion, it depends on how the speaker shows his or her confidence. Most people may consider that putting hands in the pockets means nervousness. However, sometimes some high-level position speakers, because they are very used to speaking in front of people in public, may not notice that they put their hands in their pockets to actually. But they are not nervous or have no ideas what to do with their hands. So I
Yes.
would
Okay.
say they just randomly put their hands in their pockets during
Oh,
that kind of conversation.
okay. I like that word. That's really good.
Yeah.
Randomly. I like that. Oh, see?
Yeah.
You can, that's how you use more words that I think if you listen to it after the class on our recording, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, but I was waiting for one word here. I just thought you would use it.
Yeah.
It starts with M.
M.
Yeah, that's the word we studied in this article. That person who would put his hands in his pockets during speech. Like you can't really help it but to do it. Can you still remember the word?
Uh, Misinterpreted.
No. This is the habit of doing something that you can't help unconsciously and knowingly, but you do it. Mana,
Minute gestures.
almost. Mannery.
Mannery. You mean this in this 3D article?
Yeah,
Or
no, no. I mean, just an added word to complete the thought to make it really
oh,
good. So that's the word mannerism, right?
oh yeah, we learned that before.
Yeah, so I was just waiting. I was just thinking you could use it here as well because that is connected to, a person who put his hands in his pockets during speech. You can't help it.
Yeah.
That's
And but
mannerism.
where can I use this vocabulary? You mean in which sentence? Or
You can add this in your paragraph here. For example, may not notice they put their hands in their pockets as their mannerism, as a kind of mannerism. You can say that
oh,
here.
okay.
Right? As a kind of mannerism. It's a kind of habit, we can say,
S- uh
as
yeah.
there or as yeah. So it depends on.
Uh,
Singular, plural?
Mannerism.
Yeah, SM. Yeah, mannerism. As their mannerism, as our mannerism, as a mannerism. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's one way for you to widen up your vocabulary. If we learn something, try to take note, and then you can use it to answer the questions. So that's how you can easily remember it and not forget. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, well, job well done there. Any additions on number four?
No.
Okay, well, just in addition here, I think that's just their habit. Aside from mannerism, it's a habit. You know, they feel comfortable doing it. So there is a difference sometimes. It's not a mannerism, but that's how they feel comfortable and
Yeah.
confident to talk
Yeah.
well.
That's
Sometimes,
true.
even if you don't look good, but that's how you make yourself better, right? That's how you feel better, when talking to someone or when presenting something. You move too much, you talk loudly, right? Like that. Your
Yeah.
voice is so manly, your voice is too loud. So those are types of habits here in number four question. So how about you? Do you think you have this kind of habit, or do you have such habit or your own habit?
I would say maybe the words because like in Chinese or Taiwanese, we do have some uh words like when you are pre doing a presentation, but
Yes.
that kind of words it's it's natural but also very unnecessary when you are speaking during the speeches.
Yeah.
But just like when people uh I noticed that even for my maybe me or my colleagues or sometimes our director as well, we will just say that kind of words even though those words are natural. It's not bad words or um to how to say that, like just it's a connection words, but we will say maybe in English would be like then or blah 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 then and then something
Like
like that.
shortcuts?
Yeah, it's shortcuts, and we would just say then THEN.
Yep.
Yeah, and we will say that maybe three or two times.
Ah, like fillers.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that, right? While thinking.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
When
sometimes tend
I,
to do that,
yeah, that's true.
especially when I'm losing, or I forgot a little about what I would say next. But I have
Yeah,
this habit that I hate, and I could
me
not
too.
really change. That's one, and then another. Oh, no, no, no. Fillers, I have already improved myself, but
Fielders.
this one,
What is fielders?
sorry,
You mentioned fielders.
yeah, fillers. Spell fillers,
What is
data.
that?
F I
How to
L L
spell
E
it?
R. Nah. Filler.
Filler. Fielders.
S, yeah,
Oh.
fillers. These are words that we repeatedly say, or expressions, or something that you repeatedly say before you say the next sentence. And
Oh, repeatedly say. Okay.
yes, and these are big no-no when it comes to presentation,
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's true.
this is how you lose your way to continuing your presentation,
Yeah.
right? Because if you tend to say or use fillers, it only means that you're having a little, or you're having quite difficulty on continuing what
Yeah.
you would say next, like that. So when I was, still starting teaching and then learning English, fillers are just normal.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. But my habit is that I can't really talk, I can't really do it like eye to eye contact. I don't know why. I feel shy.
Oh,
Yes, when
okay.
I do the presentation or I'm in front of people, I can't just really do eye to eye contact more than a minute. Sometimes more than 30 seconds. I can't do it. I'll just try to I tend to look up rather than yeah, rather than looking to my members, to the people I'm talking to, I'm discussing about like that. I don't know why. I just really feel so shy.
Okay.
So I tend to look sidewards or up or down, and then just seconds that I'm going to look each one by one like that. So I
Yeah.
don't know why. I can't really improve it up until now.
Okay.
Yes, okay. All right, so fillers, those are repeatedly words that are being said.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So number four or part four.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
mean not all useful gestures, right?
yep, hand gestures you should be using.
Okay. Stay in the box. I never want you to think in a box, but I do want you to gesture within the box. Appropriate hand speaking space is from the top of your chest to the bottom of your waist. If you go outside this box, it seems as distracting and out of control. Here's the difference.
Yep, exactly. Right? Because, of course, while you are moving, and then the second one is really going up, your hands is really going up, so they tend to look at your hands.
Yeah,
So that's quite distracting.
yeah.
So we have stay in the box. Okay, next.
A tiny bit.
Yep.
Anytime you want to emphasize a small point, like something that they shouldn't take too seriously, or a small addition, show it. This is my favorite ETBT hand gesture.
Yeah.
ETBT hand gesture. What is ETBT?
It's a kind of expression. Okay,
Expression.
let me remember it. It's already in my tongue.
Okay.
Ah, yes. It's like your favorite gesture.
Oh, okay.
We call it itty bitty hand gesture. That's why we have the word favorite.
So it's just the small gestures, but it's your favorite one?
Yeah, like that. Do
Okay.
you know Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the brown sprawl? Right?
No.
That's you don't know that song. That's a kind of song for kids. When you sing that, you move your fingers just a little because you move them
Oh,
like spider. So those types of gestures, hand gestures, are what we call ETBT.
ETBT.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So just like those
So
small hand
finger,
gestures.
small hand finger gesture.
Yes.
Okay.
So we call them ETBT.
ETBT.
Yep.
Small.
When you say ETBT, very small, tiny. So we describe them as ETBT hand gesture.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so not arms, but just your fingers or hand. So anything. You can also use ETBT as describing something that is small or tiny.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes, all right. Like for example, I'm just really sad I have uh, itty bitty shoe size like that. So it means that you just have small size of, let's say, your foot.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that seems to be just like a 6 year old or 7 year old like that. So you can say
Yeah.
itty bitty, okay? Very small something or tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, next, listen up.
This is a very strong gesture, so use it with caution. It is a bottom line hand gesture or listen here movement. The sound and motion draws attention and lets people know what I'm about to say is important.
Yeah, some of my friends are like this.
Really? But it's very demanding gesture, I think, right?
Yeah, depending on this one becomes kind of negative depending on the intonation or the sound of the
Yeah, yeah.
speaker. sometimes they feel too much confident, and it's
Yeah.
not really good to hear. So as simple as you can talk, and then you can pay attention to this kind of gesture, it's fine,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like that. Okay. And the listen up gesture is really important. This is really helpful actually. Sometimes if you see your listeners kind of not interested, not really interested, not really listening maybe, or doing something else, or kind of sleepy, so you can use listen up gestures.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all right. For example, before you say the most important part, so you can say, all right, so I think this is the most important part of our presentation. Please listen up, like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before you could use listen up before you go to the most important part, or any important part that you want to pay attention to.
But we need to pay attention to the intonation, right? Because if you have a very demanding wording and
Exactly.
this
Yes.
gesture,
It might not
yeah.
be that useful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Or it might not be that attractive. So that's
Yeah.
the difference. Okay.
Okay.
Because you will be understood being boastful, right?
Boastful. Yeah.
Yeah, or it seems that you know everything, like that, right? So that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything.
Want to make a big grand gesture, then the everything gesture is your go-to. It is as you if you are sweeping across all of ideas to be inclusive.
Yeah, so this is being specific. I mean, putting up all the ideas that you want them to remember.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
depending on how much information you will feed them, or how
Yeah.
much of the description they need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
but I don't like this. It's kind of too much,
Mhm.
like that. Okay. It's like sometimes you would see the person speaking being overacting.
Overacting.
Yeah, sometimes, okay, because
Yeah.
the movement of, almost the whole arm or arms like are sweeping away, or are sweeping across. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I would the opposite of everything is this and that, the next one. So you would see.
Oh, okay. Whenever you want to separate two different ideas or things, you can use your hands to symbolically represent
Yes.
them. For example, I might say we are totally different from them using my left hand when I say we and my right hand when I say them. This is a great way to put distance between two things.
Yep. I would prefer to use this and that instead of everything.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To emphasize the difference of what you would like them to see, positive, negative, or give two examples that are just connected, like that. So this
Yeah.
and that will be appropriate. Plus, this and that is actually the same as a tiny bit.
Oh,
You could
okay.
also use this both as a perfect combination, I
Yeah.
would suggest, because they don't really need too much movement, but
Yeah.
they most likely emphasize what you want to say. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Which of these have you done? Maybe somehow? Not
Mm,
really.
not really.
Not really.
Actually, I seldom use gestures when I have my presentation.
Okay. Oh yeah, there is a funny gesture I do. When I speak and then I lean on my hands on the table, I tend to
Yeah.
knock my fingers while talking. Like that.
Really?
Yeah, like this. But they don't really hear the sound. I
Yeah.
just I knock it on my finger, or like I'm playing a piano. Like that.
Yeah.
It seems that while I'm moving my fingers, my mind is also moving unconsciously. You know that? So I can fluently talk like that. So
Oh,
sometimes the gestures can be really helpful, like playing your pen while talking, right?
yeah,
Yeah, like that. So depending on how you hide it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay. So just to share. All right. So if you would like to see some useful gestures, you already have the link here.
Okay,
Maybe they might be helpful for you unknowingly. Okay.
okay,
So you can just search them. And if you have any questions, you can send it to me on Skype.
okay.
Okay. So practicum. Discuss further about gestures with me, and then let's have exchange ideas. Well, actually, we had this while having
Yeah.
those examples. So, would you like to have part six or any gestures you would like to share?
I think we can skip this one.
Ah, okay, yeah, because you're not really into gestures.
No.
Ah, okay, so let's just have my favorite part, idioms and expressions.
Okay.
Number one.
Work your fingers to the bone. A person who works their fingers to the bone is extremely hardworking. He deserves his success. He worked his fingers to the bone when he started the business. So for my sentence here, the first one would be grandparents work their fingers to the bone to raise up my mother and her siblings.
Oh, I like that.
And the
Okay.
second one would be in order to achieve success, we should work our fingers to the bone.
Okay. To make this sentence better, actually, it's good. To make
Yeah.
it as present perfect, you can say grandparents had worked
Oh, okay.
because you mentioned about raising up their
Yeah.
mother and siblings. So it
Yeah.
means that it has been a long time
Yeah.
to
Oh,
make it a
okay.
completed action.
Yeah.
Okay, ah I'll just have it after the idioms. Okay, next. Ah, by the way, oh, thank you. I mean, thank God, I remembered it. Break a leg.
Break a leg.
Are you familiar with this idiom?
Um,
I think you are.
I think it's we learned that before, right?
I'm not really
Just
sure. I'm not really sure. Well,
like
maybe.
are going to a performance and you wish someone good luck.
Not really.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, you can
okay.
say that. Yes, yes. Somehow, yes, you can say that. But,
Yeah.
and then, what's gonna happen next when you
Like
tell someone?
good luck for
So instead of
just
saying good luck, you could say
leg.
break a leg.
Yeah.
Okay, break a leg is actually the same as work your fingers to the bone. It,
Really? So you mean this phrase has two different meanings?
sorry.
So you mean break a leg means two meanings. One is work my fingers to the bone, and the second one would be wish someone good luck. Is it?
Yeah, you could say break a leg as, telling good luck to someone,
Yeah.
but sometimes it could also mean the same as work your fingers to the bone. It means, work hard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's break. Sorry, it's not a break a leg. Okay, that's why I'm thinking about it. Break a neck.
Okay.
Break a neck.
Oh,
Okay, break a
oh
leg
okay.
to as difference, you say good luck. Break a neck, it means work hard. Put much effort. So that's why it's the same as work your fingers to the bone. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No worries. You
Yes.
mean
Yeah.
efforts.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
the same as work your fingers to the bone. It means to make a huge effort, try very hard, to achieve what you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so for example, I think we should break a neck this week because we are waiting for the result of our presentation and we are waiting for the yes of our VIP clients to accept
Oh,
our offer like that. Okay,
okay.
so same as work your fingers to the bone. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so these are like synonyms of idioms.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
next.
Foot in the door. To
Yes.
say that someone has a foot in the door means that they have a small but successful start in something, and will possibly do well in the future. With today's unemployment, it is difficult to get a foot in the door in any profession.
Okay.
So for my sentences here would be having a good connection in your job industry can help you get a foot in the door to have a better working opportunity. And the second one would be investors often have to scramble to get a foot in the door.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, I like scramble,
Yeah,
or you could also say have to undergo difficulties
have
or
to
scramble or struggle.
struggle.
Yes, double G. Yes, struggle.
Have to struggle to get a foot in the door. And you mean another
Yes.
one would be
Um, undergo some difficulties,
oh, some difficulty.
or you can also say undergo some failures, right, to get a foot in the door.
Failures. Okay, investors often have to struggle or undergo some difficulties and failures to get a foot in the door.
Yeah, which means to be successful somehow in the future, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Possibilities. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the trial and errors, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Next, get a
And get a
foothold.
foothold. Get a foothold.
Yep.
And if you get a foothold somewhere, you secure a position for yourself in a business, profession, or organization. So for my the contract got the firm a foothold in the local administration. So for my sentence here, my company targets to get a foothold in the European market this year. The second would be Raymond gets himself a foothold to be promoted in the next season.
Okay. Yeah.
Is
No.
that correct?
Yes, correct. Okay, I like it. Very good. Okay. Going back to foot in the door.
Yeah.
Oh, where is it? Ah, no, no, no. It's about work your fingers to the bone. Should.
Yeah.
Okay, just an added information. So when you say should, you use it to describe something as obligation. Okay?
Okay.
And when you use must, you describe something as necessary. So those are the difference. Just an added information. So you won't get confused when to use should and must.
But what kind of obligation means?
Those are the responsibilities.
Okay.
Let's say here it's a good use because it's about success, to achieve success.
Yeah.
So it indicates obligation that you need to, work your fingers to the bone.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's not just necessary, but it is something that as an obligation. But somehow, if it's necessary or a necessity, you could use must better in your sentence here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So those are the difference of modals.
So I should say, in order to achieve success, we must work our fingers to the bone would be
Exactly.
more appropriate, right?
Yeah, because it's not just an obligation, but it is something that must be done to achieve success.
Okay.
Okay, so just the difference for you to remember when to
Yeah.
use should and must. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Number, oh, sorry, not number, the last idiom.
Okay. Free hand. If you have a free hand, you have permission to make your own decisions, especially in a job. My boss gave me a free hand in the choice of supplier. And the first sentence would be, my director gave me a free hand to negotiate a deal with our exhibition partner. And the second would be, his manager doesn't allow their team to have a free hand. He prefers managing all the tasks by himself.
Okay, yes, I like it. Doesn't allow their team to have free. Oh, yes. Okay, and number one. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to number two on get a foothold about
Yeah.
Raymond. Um, it only has a missing part because it's too specific that Raymond gets himself a foothold to
Yeah.
be promoted in the next season. So it's kind of being direct, it's kind of being quick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can add more specific uh scenarios here.
You mean before the sentence?
Uh, before he gets himself. Let's say,
Oh.
what did Raymond do to get himself a foothold? Maybe he studied abroad. He under he undergo a training, right? He studied English, maybe as a
Oh, okay.
part of his promotion. So just to complete the thought, why did Raymond get himself?
Mm, okay. Raymond research
Okay.
a lot of planning details and finally he gets himself.
Yeah. And he gotten.
Got.
Okay, yes, got. Very good. And he got himself. So see, gets, that's right, but it has a missing thought because it's too direct to say Raymond gets himself without any reason. So the sentence thought is missing. Okay?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
here, you would see the difference when it comes to using different tenses because the sentence tells something about in the past until he get promoted because you use promoted as past tense.
yeah.
And then gets doesn't really say something about being promoted because it's in present, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we complete the thought of the sentence. If it only talks in present, if it only talks in the past or future. So this is how you complete the thought. All right?
Oh, you mean the tense should be in the same line, right? If I'm using the past sentence, then my verb should be got, not gets.
Yes. But of course, uh you must have a part why. Okay? So don't forget that part why to,
Oh,
to what do you call this one? To emphasize
yeah.
what has happened in the past that he get or got promoted, especially the next season, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is how I just used this as an example on how you complete the thought if you are expressing something in past, present, and future. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Because if you see this as future, you could say Raymond is continuously searching a lot of planning details to get himself, but not got, right? To get
Yeah.
himself a foothold and be promoted in the next season. Okay, so you can also say that way. So
You,
that depends on.
oh, you mean I can also say Raymond continuously
Yes.
you researches, right?
Yeah,
Or
researches.
researches
Yeah.
a lot of claim details, and finally he gets himself a foothold to be promoted.
You will disregard finally because finally means he got promoted. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
no need to use finally here because you're telling about the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Instead of finally, you can say until he gets,
Oh, okay.
okay, himself a foothold to be promoted or to get a promotion. Okay.
Raymond continues.
Okay, you can put that. Oh, sorry. Okay, you can continue.
No worries.
Okay.
Researches what he gets. Like this?
Yeah. Um, okay, instead of saying and he gets until
Oh, he gets.
he gets himself a foothold to be promoted in the future. So instead of this is the changes. Here we use finally because it already happened. But here until because as a continuous, action
Yeah.
in present and then it becomes as verb and then in the future. So that's how we use the difference if
Oh,
what tense you are referring to. So
okay.
please try to take note of these two example changes. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Did you check the message I sent you on Skype? Do you have any question there?
I haven't checked it, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I
Let
already described your question there, and then I gave you examples.
Oh, simple past.
Yep,
Oh,
you can
that's
check it if I'm right, if that's about your question.
okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the question that I asked before,
Ah, okay.
which is in
S-
um,
So you can check it. You can ask me now if ever you still have more time. Maybe we could still have some minutes just in case you have question here.
oh, okay.
And then I used the same sentence about traveled, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I traveled has nothing to do with I had traveled because they belong to different tense.
Yeah.
So I traveled as verb is
Yeah.
simple past, so completed action, like
Okay.
last year.
So if I use past perfect, that means I am mentioning, I'm describing two completed
Action.
action.
Yep,
Oh,
completed situation that didn't happen at the same time. Somehow confusing. Why it didn't happen at the same time? Um, it's because they happened in different time, but you accomplished them.
oh, okay.
Okay.
But I'm not allowed to just say, I had traveled to China this summer, right? If I say
Yes.
that, I should say I traveled in China this summer.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
So there,
why
there should be. two action to be compared.
Yes, as a past perfect.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because that's how you support. It should have completed two completed actions because the second one is how you accomplished it, and that's how it completes the thought of the sentence.
Yeah.
So that's past perfect. If you were asking about had, all right?
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then has and have, it has really nothing to do with past perfect. Let's say I have traveled, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, completed action, but we mostly use this as a past participle.
Okay.
And then we use since or for. Let's say I have traveled. She has traveled. Well, we use those to indicate the time phrase. That's why we use since and for.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Since that means if I should say maybe since 2 years ago, right? But if
Yes.
said four, then should be maybe 2 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That's why if you see I traveled in China last year, I have traveled in China for 2 years seems to be the same, but they are totally different. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is how you dissect, grammar. It's so much. Okay,
Okay.
but you can learn little by little about the link or links that I have sent you. You would see the patterns there. So if you're having difficulties understanding the long descriptions, you can just take note of the pattern, like subject plus verb plus has plus have, and then if you can memorize all of those, it's gonna be easy for you to play the tenses next time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I
But
will I will practice it.
yes, and then I will always look at your sentences, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So if you do have some questions, you can just leave a message on Skype. It's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, clear? No questions about my message?
No, no question.
Okay. Well, since we also finished the last part of this lesson, so we'll have lesson 12 next lesson.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, thank you again for having your time. I enjoyed our class. Hopefully, you'll have a good sleep tonight and have a good rest.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.